If you go back to October 2nd, and which came to, what was it? Our friend said it was like Donald J. Drumpf and four ciphers, October 2nd. And I had said to our friend, and I had said to all of us that October 2nd could just be a mathematical. And that's what all of this is. It's all mathematicals. Everything is numbers, everything is math. In the Bible, there's a book of numbers. There's that TV show, Numbers, right? I've never even watched it. TV show, Numbers. So what are you going to do? And you watch that show. It's about a guy that basically does what we do. Running time, four tray minutes, 43. Fantastic. Original release date. Had a couple of them. And then I showed you that other TV show where the kid was seeing numbers, trends. His dad was freaking. Kid never spoke. He was autistic. Had the same hairstyle I had when I was that kid. Have we been trolled our whole lives? Yes. Do the fallen angels know who the sheep are? Yes. Did the Lord have a plan for us in these end times? Yes. Is Satan allowed to mess with it? A little bit. It's no different than the entire Bible from the very beginning. Everybody's allowed to be messed with. Jesus was messed with, but he always escaped until it was his appointed time. All the apostles were able to do miracles like Jesus could. And that's the last time those miracles were ever done. People think you can lay hands on somebody. No. The Lord does everything now. Through men, God in the flesh was able to. 12 apostles were. They are specialized. Even in the next life, they are set apart. They are different. I think the 12 gates, if I'm not mistaken, the 12 gates, New Jerusalem for the 12 apostles. Something is for the 12 apostles. The gates were for the tribes. I'm sorry. What was it? Revelation 21:12, and the names of the 12 apostles show two things. So it's basically in Revelation 21. So hang on, let me find it for you. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the name of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. So they were set apart. They were different. Okay. And you go to these fake churches today, and they're like, oh, lay hands on somebody, just like the apostles right here in Acts. So all the world's a stage, especially your fake churches. The Lord's always had somebody on the earth telling the truth for his church. And they're no better than anybody else. But it's just the Lord needed a point of reference, a point guard, somewhere to dish out the truth. And what we do is we tell the truth in his Bible. We tell the truth in his word. We tell the truth of his truth. The Holy Spirit is the spirit of truth. This other stuff about when Trump's going down, it's a hobby. It's not the essence of what we do. But you do get prepared for the end times by delving into all this. So October 2nd was a mathematical. Now, there's an eclipse that's going to pop on October 2nd. I think it's in 2024. I don't know. Maybe that's when he goes down. I mean, we don't know nothing about nothing. We only know what we know, and that's the truth in God's word. So let's go back to October 2nd, Ghost in the Machine album. Ghost in the Machine album, Wikipedia, The Police. And it came out on October 2nd. Now, what we've been telling you is Alabama reps the machine. Their fraternity, Alabama Fraternity, the Machine. The Machine. When it talks about their influence, it is known as the Machine, sets all SGA candidates ahead of any selection. Some Bama alumni suggest that the Machine has previously chosen future SGA presidents from as early as high school, moving them up through the ranks at the collegiate level. These are connected individuals. All of your politicians, if you come through this fraternity, you're you are Yale skull and bones, 10,000%. It's just different. Read it. It's very interesting. And they rep the Ghost in the Machine. They rep Satan. And they are going to be playing this October 2nd style football team, the Ghost in the Machine, October 2nd, 1981. They are going to rep. I mean, they are going to play LSU on November 5th. Sorry, I took a little break. But you know, maybe the Lord who gave us the truth in his word via grace, not of any hard work, not of any extra effort, just put our nose in it. Maybe he gives us when what's his name goes down, and maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's like, nah, I've made you too proud, too boastful. Or no, I've allowed you to flounder for a while, and then I'm going to give it to you. I don't know. We are on a need-to-know basis. So was Mystery Babylon. Hey, it's 7-Eleven, y'all. 06. That 6 is, you know, we went over that 11-6. Let's think about 11-8, 88. What is November? It's the 9th month. October is the 8th. September the 7th. Decameter. What is November 8th? It's 98. The 98th verse of Revelation is the white horse. So what we're saying is the book of Revelation begins to be open on 9/7/98. That's the eclipse. Remember, it covers a 2-day span. November 7th - November 8th. 31 days till that book of Revelation's open, isn't it? And let's go read the 97th. Now, where is all of this? My Bible's not pulled up. I added them up a long time ago, each verse of Revelation. Years ago, I did this. Because I've just always been numbers. '96. And then it's 97 and 98. Right down at the bottom, it says Psalm 96. So sum is 404. 404 verses, book of Revelation. Okay. So Revelation 6, King James Version, Bible Gateway. This is your November 7th, November 8th. And I saw the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder. Now remember, this is the 97th and 98th verse, or November 7th, November 8th. They work together. These two verses do. Trump was born under a total lunar. The Antichrist is for the church. The Great Tribulation is to cleanse the church. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder. What did I tell you? Football team is here in my county. Red Devils, Blue Devils, Highlanders, and Thunder. Lake Region Thunder football. Lake Region's Thunders football. You cannot make up where I live. The 33880, 33881, 33884. Lake Region, and if you notice, the logo is a horse. Where do I live? Ground zero. Ground zero. Gainesville, where my son lives and grandson, ground zero. Devil's Advocate came from Gainesville, Florida. In the movie, the Devil's Advocate, they come down to Gainesville, they recruit them, and they go Gators at the beginning of the movie. I heard as if it were the noise of thunder, and one of the four beasts saying, "Come and see." And I saw, and behold, a white horse. Thunder, white horse, Lake Region. Now, if the mystery Babylonians of this area haven't been following instruction, because I was told that politics, just in this state, is fake by somebody that works in politics for this state, that they all just do what they're told by higher ups. They're not working for the people whatsoever. So does somebody tell somebody that tells somebody that tells somebody that tells somebody that school's going to be named Thunder? And they just go, okay. Do your job, trust the process. That is the message that you hear nonstop, Nick Saban and all of his disciples. The process. And now you hear every coach of college football speak of the process because they're all mystery Babylonians, just like all the players are. Hey, it's 7:18, y'all. I'll tell you something else. October 36th is also the day Trump would go down. 836 coding. October 36th is November 5th. And my number is 8 to the 36 to the 666. But remember my divorce day of 2 times 2 times 2009, 836. How many days old was my son when he met? My son turned 22 the day that I met my wife. The day I met my second wife, my son turned 22. October 22nd. I think that was 2005, buddy. That's cool. This year on his birthday, and we don't celebrate birthdays, he's 142. He's got 42, 24, and 45 all in his days numbers. 3 of my 6 favorite numbers. The 42, 45 has the 24 fused right there in the middle. But I met her in 2005. He was 8036 days old. The day I met her, that's how old my son was. That was the number of the day she and I were divorced. Look at the weeks. 148. Look at the minutes. 718. I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. That's your 97th and 98th verse of Revelation. And November 7th and November 8th, which is what November stands for 9, takes place on the total lunar eclipse. I did gematria for November 7th, the rising day. You're not going to believe it. You won't believe it. And will you work with me here in understanding, first of all, World War III pops up. But no, it gets even better. George Washington. George Washington is deified on the Capitol. The apotheosis of Washington. The fresco painted by 1865. So it was in 86. This is Trump. George Washington is repping Trump, the Antichrist, in the Capitol. All the angels of heaven, all the fallen angels. It's hard to make this stuff up, isn't it? Look at this Facebook share from last year on October 7th. I put the date, May 16th, 2022, the total lunar eclipse of 2022, signifying better watch out for that date. Well, 176 days later, 176 Adam, 76 Adam in Strong's Concordance. 176 days later, We think the book of Revelation is going to be open. What if it doesn't happen? I don't know. Just keep moving on. Things just keep getting stronger and stronger, though. Stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. You look at one more thing. So over the course of time of November 7th, November 8th, you're going to be going through the transformation of the book of Revelation, being opened by our Lord to cleanse his church. The final stage, or the final stages leading to the final act. And the final act is the abomination of desolation. It'll go from a total lunar to a total solar. What would be the midpoint of those 2 days? Basically January 29th, I think. Yeah. So right at January 29th would be your midpoint day. So 29 times 2023. Here's your 586 for when Israel and the captivity. It's said to be 586, 587, and you could have the fusion of 586, and there's a 7 at the end of it. But Israel is going into its captivity. The church is captive again as it goes through its cleansing. 586 BC, Israel. See where it says 586 BC and then 587 BC? What happened to the Israelites in 586 BC? Who destroyed Israel in 586 BC? And yet up here, it's the siege of Jerusalem, 587 BC. So and it's very strange that the midpoint is 586, 66 for the book of Revelation, 7. How many days left in the year on the 29th day? It's 336. 336, future tense times 2023. There's that 67 again. There's your 97, which is November 7th coding to the 8th. That's both days, because it's the 29th day of the year. So you times the 29th times 2023 times 336, and you do get 7 for the cleansing, 12 for the church, the 97 for the rising day, 121 Antichrist, 12 for the church again. Let's just do times and the 29th day. So that's everything all together. It basically is Jackie's. Remember, Jackie's number was 3, 7, 6, 5, 1, 2, and 5, 1, 8 times 8 times 8 is 5, 1, 2. 57 is such a key number. Anyway, Groupon day is almost here. White horse, Adam said. Good job, Adam. So yeah, George Washington pops up on November 7th. Apocalypse Gematria. Apocalypse Gematria. And we just did Gematria on the date of when we think the apocalypse is beginning. And we know that the ghost in the machine is what runs all this. By the way, the numbers for November 7th, 186, 187. And then your 1122. I wish I can get that other Gematria site to work for me. It just does not. I don't know if I have to pay money. They want money, but it looked like you could sign up without it. November 15th, October 17. The goddess Venus pops up. Oh boy. Well, that's Lucifer. That's who he's having sex with when he rises. Or just had sex with on the 7th, probably. And then the 8th is the official rising day. It's a 2-day transformation, as that's a 2-verse situation in the Bible, the opening of the book of Revelation in real time as we would know it. So it gets very Lucifer in the White House. Oh, wow. I don't know. COVID 19 HOAX. Pretty funny, interesting from their perspective in their world. Let's look at the grid for tomorrow. Just because we always have to be ready. Always be ready to be wrong in this business. 7th of November, backwards. Columbia Pictures. Isn't that special? Yeah, let's go to the grid. We always have to be ready. Hey, March 22nd, my bad. Ghost in the Machine just threw that in there. Queen Elizabeth dies. Fascinating. Oh, that popped on November 7th, by the way. This is just November 7th, Gematria. Let's open the grid. The Trump's got speeches on the 8th and the 9th. Daniel Craig, birthday. Tim Tebow, birthday. Aleister Crowley, birthday. Zero Dark 30. Joe Biden satanic speech. Montana story, which featured white, red, black horses in the trailer. Horse trailer. Gremlins 2 release date. Georgia Guidestones. Opening the beginning. Trump turns 9/11 months old and Israel turns 888 months old. On May 14th, 20. I was so big on that day. October 8th, 2014, blood moon, total lunar. That's a total lunar on 8/8, by the way. So that's not to be taken lightly, is it? You include both dates, it lands on 8/8 this year. Parallax View release date on Trump's birthday, by the way. Take Me Out, Franz Ferdinand, Patrick Swayze, Total Solar, N98 for the 98th verse. Paint It Black release date. Rolling Stones, Heidi Bowl, 11/17/68. The movie Seven, which Seven's all about cleansing process. So, you know, the next 2 days are big, huge, gigantic. We'll go over the 10th tomorrow when we get to the 8th. But that's it for the next 2 days. When we get to the 8th, and we're talking about the 9th, we'll include the 10th. Big, 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 big. Tomorrow's a big day. It really is. If you look at the Trump sites, I'm glad I did one more round. One World Tower comes up for November 7th. And that reps the One World Trade Tower or One World Trade Center. One World Tower.
According to Wikipedia, One World Trade Center is the main building of the rebuilt World Trade Center complex in Lower Manhattan, New York City.
That reps the Antichrist. Notice the feet or the roof. It says 1368 feet. And there's your 417. Y'all remember that 417 popped up in the videos we did yesterday? It was 417 days from something, from the observatory. 1268. Yeah, it's a lot of fascinating little numbers there. But I thought that was pretty good that the One World Tower pops up. One Nation Under Me pops up. The Ghost in the Machine, or Satan, has put all of these up there. 1000%. Put them in. Did the searches to where it'd be up here in the front. Sometimes your best clues, though, are way back in the back. You know how many times you'd have to hit this? This is page 6. You might have to hit this. I went 60 pops one time. This site just never ends. What was I going to look at? I was going to look up something and I got off track. You try to remember what it was. Anyway, I lost track. I've been running around. But that's it. I mean, that's what we're looking at. And anything could happen at any time, and it might not be till 2023 or 2024. But what was it? Hang on, it's on the tip of my brain. Might be coming back to me. Hang on. So it says October 18th, 2019. Let's look up that. October 18th, 2019. October 18th, 2019. I mean, remember, 8:18 was the actual time, not 7:53. So it is 1085 days. 2119. Yeah, well, yeah, 21119. You know, today could have been a big day for it. Tomorrow's 1086 days. That's interesting. But I mean, well, let's look at the 17th, which I think is there's your 95. Let's look at the 23rd. 1101. Hey, my mom's old phone number at work. Well, that was company phone number. 26th, rising on the 28th, Gateway Arch Day. There's your 38, 368, y'all. It's pretty big. It could happen. Could happen. November 5th. 111 4. Yeah, not bad, is it? If you include both dates, it's 1115 for 1 November 5th. 36 months, 18 days, 3 years, 18 days. If you go to the 7th, the rising day, there's your 1116. If you include both dates, it's your 1117. And we're always told include both dates or not. So there's your, if you look at event 201 to the rising day or the beginning of the total lunar, you get your 1117 days. If you don't include both dates and go to 11/8, which is the final culmination, you know, the 9/8, you get your 1117. So, yeah. It's not the Antichrist until he rises, and that's about the Antichrist right eye wound. That's pretty strong. All right, love y'all.